So in case you haven't heard about it so far, there are actually different voice actors for not only different genders, but different classes as well. And so that actually is sort of a hidden thing that factors into your decision, and it wouldn't in most other games, is, you know, the quality of the voice actor matters a lot, especially if it's going to be for your character's entire career. And BioWare has lined up some real A-listers to do the voices in this game. They really haven't spared any expense on that, so pay attention to that when you're making your character.
You're too late, Jedi. Like all the other times. The Flesh Raiders already came. They already took their victims. My father knew these mountains. He helped guide the patrols when he could. But when the Flesh Raiders appeared, he never made it home. He wasn't young, but he deserves better than to be ripped apart. Show compassion, Jedi. Find him, and kill any raiders who'd stop you.
Compassionately.
I'd prefer to negotiate if possible, but I will find your father.
You can't talk to Flesh Raiders, Jedi. They don't think like people. They're only interested in blood. If you find him, if he's hurt or confused, you'll know him by his golden promise ring. He wouldn't part with it. Not until death.
Well, this being an RPG, I'm guessing that ring is definitely what we're going to find. Whether or not it's going to be attached to anything is an open question. But, you know, I really went with the choice with those Flesh Raiders. I thought it was the best one that you could use because it actually accepts the quest right away, but there wasn't really a good option there. I mean, you definitely can't negotiate with Flesh Raiders, it seems like, so far, and I know we're going to be killing a lot more of those guys before the day is done. Let's see what else we've got to pick up here.
More young Jedi in Kalikori, I see. I am Yulef Fan, Master of Rituals. I welcome you. You wish to participate in the ceremony, I presume? You understand the dangers?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
You've not been told, then. I apologize. Many of your brethren, your Padawans, come to Kalikori to perform our rite of passage. Those who endure the ceremony are awarded an audience with Kolovish to receive her wisdom and her gifts.
Who's Kolovish? What's the ceremony all about?
Kolovish lives in the mountains above. Once our leader, now she is our guide and protector. To complete the ceremony, you must walk the 1,000 steps to her home. You must carry a burning brand and light the signals along the path. You must protect the flame from beasts and Flesh Raiders. This will prove your worth. If you wish, I will ignite the brand. It burns only a short while, but if you are deserving, it will be enough.
I'm ready to carry the flame.
Then go, and light each of the signal fires along the mountain path. When you reach the end, you will find Kolovish.
It's one of those, you know, common gaming conceits. You know, how credulous a person would you be if this were a real-life situation? You were sent here to find a holocron, and some guy's like, oh, you're here for the ceremony, aren't you? And you're just like, yep, guess so, and you go running through the mountains to try and do this guy's ritual, you know, forgetting everything else that you're supposed to do. But this is a video game, and that is the sort of thing we're going to be doing. Probably won't be the last time, either. So it looks like this is the last quest NPC that we have to talk to, and oh wow, there's about like a half a dozen other players here, so it might be a chain.
Come over here, Jedi, and spare a moment for a humble servant of the matriarch. I promise, your other dealings will wait. My name is Vidariat Aeon. I minister to the bodies and spirits of the villagers, and I have a request. I speak of the Flesh Raiders. Of late, we've seen them growing stronger, and I know why.
You have my attention?
The Flesh Raiders have been experimenting, concocting an elixir that makes them ravenous. The ones who drink it go mad. Their lips froth, and they pounce like starving animals. It's black medicine, primitive and evil.
How could Flesh Raiders learn to do something like that?
I have no idea. Such wickedness is beyond our comprehension. We lack the numbers to attack the Flesh Raiders directly, and not even the Jedi could wipe the monsters from this world. But with our warriors' help, the Jedi could reach the Flesh Raider caves and destroy their vats of elixir.
Then I will make it happen.
Thank you for this. Otimus Mare knows where the vats are hidden. He is our guard captain. Talk to him to learn the Raiders' secrets.
I think this really illustrates the value of doing the side quests in this game, because it's different from other single-player RPGs in the sense that in a single-player, the main quest is usually where most of the cool stuff in the plot happens, but in this game, there's 8 different main quests, and I think BioWare, knowing that most of the players are probably going to only get an eighth of the main quest experience, have put a lot of the interesting plot stuff into the side quests. So it's also given us a good excuse to murder as many Flesh Raiders as possible.
Jedi, I think I know what you've been doing. Vidaria sent you to speak with me. She told you about the Flesh Raider elixir, didn't she? How it makes the Flesh Raiders strong. Vidaria's been looking for a way to destroy the elixir, but she's making a terrible mistake. We shouldn't destroy the elixir, we need it. And I'll pay you well if you bring it to me.
What exactly do you want it for?
The elixir can make our guardsmen strong. Yes, it may change them, but it will work. We can defend our village and destroy our foes. Imagine, if the elixir can make a Flesh Raider powerful, what would it do for a pilgrim warrior? Bring it to me, and you will be rewarded, praised.
Yeah, no way in hell, you insane bastard. I forgot to mention this before, but you are actually given an icon in the center there of whether or not your decision is going to give you light side or dark side points. Also, this is the first example of a branching storyline that we've seen so far in the game, where your decision really does affect the outcome of a quest, and I think for me, handing out PCP to the Twi'leks would be slightly irresponsible.
I won't help you feed the elixir to the pilgrims.
Fine. Obey the orders of an old woman and destroy the elixir. But pilgrim blood is on your hands. The elixir is in the caves beyond our village. I doubt Jedi can even come close to the vats.
It's just such a great idea, so it makes them go nuts, froth at the mouth. It's basically rabies is what I'm getting from this elixir here, and this guy wants to go around handing it out to the village. I'm sorry, even if I was a dark side player, that just strikes me as a stupid idea. So we're going to start doing the quest that involves doing that ritual, moving up the top of the hill, lighting those beacons as we pass them for the NPC that we're passing right now. The quest text made it sound like it was timed or something like that. He said the torch would only burn for so long, but I don't think it is. I just think that you have to go through there and light these torches, and you don't even really have to defend them from anything either. There are monsters that spawn in the area, but because there's so many players going through here right now, most of them are actually dead. Anyways, I'm going to try an experiment here and fast forward through the next section so you don't get bored watching me run. Go ahead and get this one while he's fighting that guy. So yeah, there is going to be some competition here for resources, but I figure if that guy's going to be running ahead, if he's going to be tagging everything with the full knowledge that there are 2 guys behind him waiting in line, then I'm just going to be just as competitive as he is. We'll see how it goes. It's alright, you can have a little friendly competition here. And here we come to the 4th beacon already. Doesn't it seem to just go faster when you've got the power of editing on your side? Luckily they do let multiple players use these at once, otherwise I'd be tearing my hair out right now. Anyways, I think you've gotten the gist for how this quest works, so why don't we skip ahead to the next interesting part.
You perform the rite of the pilgrims well, Jedi. I saw the signal fires as you climbed the path. Very few of your kind make it this far. I am Kalovish, first matriarch and reader of the ancient texts. I led our people to this planet, and I welcome you.
You're the reason the pilgrims came to Tython.
My teachings angered our rulers. They spurned our lifestyle and refused to recognize the authority of the matriarchs. On Tython, we found we could practice our ways in peace. Even the Flesh Raiders can't destroy our society. Not forever. Now you've completed the ritual, and you are friend to the pilgrims. You share our burdens, and you share our strength.
I am quite honored.
Take these gifts. We have very little, as you must know. But you are Jedi. You share our world, and you face a difficult future.
What's your reasoning on that?
It is the way of Jedi to face darkness. I believe you will face the darkness of our world, and perhaps beyond. Go to your duties now, and as we part, know that my blessings go with you.
What, no stat bonuses for that blessing? Useless. So not only do we have a nifty new pair of gloves, but I want to call your attention to my experience bar at the bottom of the screen. Not only did we gain a level from that quest, but we're already well on our way to level 4. I think that's a good thing, because it's always been very difficult in these games to overcome the speed at which you can get XP from grinding. Blizzard learned that when they released their first expansion pack. I'm hoping that BioWare is going to be ahead of the curve on this. I'd really like to be able to gain as many levels as my friends just by doing questing. I feel like that's the goal, and hopefully BioWare will be able to realize that. I see something glowing up here. Looks like I was wrong. Those containers are not what you need to click on. It's these elixirs, which I guess drop randomly in the area. So we're going to destroy this one, and we're going to look for more. And this is going to be a difficult fight, a tough fight. We've got all these hostile NPCs on us, and nobody, it looks like, is here to make it any easier. But we're going to see if we can get through this guy's shield, bring it down, and as you can see, the damage just starts to flow in, and we are victorious. Didn't even get to half health, not bad. And there's another elixir right here. And I'm just going through my regular melee abilities right now. Looks like he used a nice little stun ability on me, but it isn't going to be enough to save him. And we've got ourselves nice layered wristbands, which it looks like I actually can wear. Yes, so I'm going to go ahead and equip those. So there is a significant amount of variety in the kinds of equipment that players can equip. If we look at our character sheet here, you can see there's slots for a belt, boots, heads, gloves. There's a slot for implants. Oh man. There's almost too many jokes I can make about that, but anyways, it's pretty standard for what you would expect in an MMO. Not quite as many equipment slots as some, but the implement slots do make up for that.